Hello Giants fans, welcome to Giants Baseball 101. I'm Gabe Vaughn, your host. The Giants beat the Cardinals 7-3 today. Their record now sits at 11 wins and 13 losses. And I understand that's not great. Looking at a record like that, you're probably not going to be going, hallelujah. But, I mean, just if you look deeper though, it is the Giants' 5th straight win today, and they've also kind of solved their problem, at least for a day, against left-handed pitching. And it's just incredible the way the Giants have survived. And although there's still a lot more work to do, it's just the Giants have survived up until this point, and there is a 6th playoff spot. Remember that's one of the few new MLB rules that's a good thing. And the Giants, even though they are still behind in the record, they're definitely catching up, and I think they'd be just well on track, really, to beat the Cardinals, to sweep them in all 4 games. They've taken this series by winning the first 3, and so it's a 5-game winning streak now for the Giants. They've just proven to be a resilient bunch, and that's just great. And today, Anthony DeSclafani pitched 6 innings for them, and he allowed 2 quick runs, like early in the game. He settled in after that to throw a really good quality start. The Giants, offensively, they came back, and LaMonte Wade Jr. had a solo home run as well as an RBI triple. Wilmer Flores also had a 2-run shot later in the game. And just in total, the Giants scored 7 runs. So they're really getting going with the pitching and with the bat. And DeSclafani, it's just great to see another good start from him. I think he's just done a lot for the Giants compared to what really maybe could have been expected given his recent ankle surgery and all that. But I think the Giants are really settling in right now. I don't want to say that like too early when there's still a lot left to see. I certainly wouldn't want to say that and get everybody's hopes up and just have the Giants get crushed again. But I think what I'm seeing right now is something real, and it's really one of 2 things. It's either a demonstration that what we saw before with the 5-game losing streak and all that, and it's just looking hopeless for the Giants. It's either a demonstration that was really just an issue of not enough games being played out to really see the whole thing in like that kind of a sample. It could have been a sampling issue, but I think that just more accurately, it is an issue of the Giants team really getting it together, because it was, the bullpen was blowing it in some bad games, and that really just topped off all of the rotational issues with Logan Webb and all that. And DeSclafani pitching well today. I don't think he's really been on a schedule of once in 5 games, but just thinking honestly about it, that might be good, a good schedule to get DeSclafani on. He is, I think he can just reasonably be projected to be really good for the Giants, and I certainly would be in favor of taking him out of games if he's showing some significant struggles, or when there's a rally that there's just a reason to believe that bringing in a new pitcher would be the best option to get out of it. That's my whole point about the Giants. I would say more than most teams being able to burn their bullpen a bit, but Anthony DeSclafani, I'm not really just saying from what we've seen so far in the season, but also in spring training. He came back throwing hard after his surgery. I don't know that his overall ERA in spring training was super great. I can't remember offhand what it was, but he's thrown a couple really good ones this season, and I just think, in a way, I'm guessing, sort of, and I don't like to do that too much, but it just may be a good idea to have DeSclafani in on a regular schedule in the rotation and kind of commit for at least a few more starts to see how he does, to pitching once every 5 days. Obviously, they already have it set in that way with Logan Webb. Other starters, they're kind of day-to-day, although Alex Cobb, my best guess is the Giants will continue to use him as a starter very frequently, and Ross Stripling, I think, will pitch sometimes out of the bullpen. His role with the Giants right now is probably to be the swing man, and that could include shorter starts when he does go out there. I mean, one reason being that maybe in the game, if he lets runners get on base and all that, just like he did against the Mets, the Giants want to take him out to kill the rally or whatever. But the other reason is that maybe if there's a chance they'll want to use him out of the bullpen before his natural 4 days of rest go by, that could be probably another reason to shorten his starts a little bit, and it's probably just going to be whatever works for the Giants. But really going back to today's game, I think this is just super encouraging for the Giants. They scored 7 runs, and you're really seeing homers every day for the Giants, and that's great that they're consistent. And one of them coming from a guy like LaMonte Wade Jr., even though he had his streak last year where he was hitting home runs, just since overall he wasn't that great last year, I'm not sure that we really expected a whole lot out of him in 2023. But if he's at least going to have this power that he's got, that's going to be largely beneficial for the Giants. I think the bottom line with Wade is that he's got to have hitting ability against righties, and even if he doesn't have great hitting ability against lefties, and I do think that his starts against them should maybe be limited, especially if, maybe like Darren Ruff was like a good platoon partner at first base, all that, but anyway, I think that still it's good for Wade to maintain occasional power hitting ability against lefties. That's the way I think it is with him. And Wilmer Flores, you could maybe say, in a way, the opposite. Like, kind of got to be consistent against lefties, but occasional power against righties. And I think Flores has proven, at least in certain streaks with the Giants, that he can hit right-handed pitching too, and that's a good thing. But he had his home run today, and that was a good thing for the Giants. So I'd say they just give it a good try for a sweep against the Cardinals. That would really be great given the current circumstances, and it's likely that before long they will tie up this record and push ahead. That's just what they have to do here. Thank you for watching. This has been Giants Baseball 101. Please subscribe if you haven't. Also, please leave your questions and comments. You know where to do it. I'll see you next time on Giants Baseball 101.